Almost every single primitive building channel is underpinned by countless different lies, and we've got tons of evidence to prove it. Now we need to put an emphasis on the fact that this is most primitive building channels and certainly not all of them. After sifting through forum post upon forum post about the ways in which these primitive builders lie in order to generate sometimes up to 500 million views per video, users continued to mention one name over and over, crediting him as legitimate amongst the sea of phonies: Primitive Technology. The 10.4 million subscriber channel, which is run by an Australian named John Plant, basically invented the primitive construction genre all the way down to the sound design of silence mixed with rainforest noises, with Primitive Technology even stating in a Reddit AMA that originally it was out of laziness in not putting narration in the videos, but then the silent format became popular, so I kept it that way. When going back to the beginning of these silent relaxing videos, it becomes pretty obvious as to why they're credited as seeming pretty legit in terms of authenticity. Primitive Technology cuts no corners in showing how each stage of the construction is completed legitimately. For example, when examining his very first video, he shows the axe head being sharpened, a log then being cut by the axe, then the logs being crafted together in a way that feels realistic. All of this is accompanied by specific captions explaining what's going on in that very moment, alongside a full description of the build, all the way down to how long the construction process took. His builds never include swimming pools or anything over the top, yet feel impressive as they seem to be on the cutting edge of what is and isn't possible to build by hand. The legitimacy of some of his more impressive builds, such as this brick hut, can be supported by YouTube comments such as this one, which stated, "I actually know John personally. He was a really good friend. We live in the same town, although I haven't seen him since he went viral. I have fond memories of him telling us that he was building huts out bush and had no idea they were so legit, before going on to credit him as a pretty authentic guy from a personal relationship standpoint." All of this is incredibly important to understand, as Primitive Technology's videos set a baseline for what should and shouldn't be achievable in a natural setting. Additionally, Primitive Technology has been kind enough to provide us with a statement, which will be referred to as we look at the channels on the other end of the spectrum, also known as the fakers. The fundamental problem with the genre is that, with so much time between camera cuts, there's plenty of time to set things up illegitimately. And with Primitive Technology's very first video receiving over 44,000 Reddit upvotes and 30 million views, it's no surprise that copycats with less integrity began to pop up left, right, and center. On these channels, the buildings were taller, the slides were longer, and the water was suspiciously more blue.
And it's a weird blue colour. Why is it so blue? Probably because they're probably spilled dye or something. There's no reason for it to look so blue like that.
Even more interestingly, almost all of these channels range from the exact same area, being Cambodia, Thailand, or Vietnam, yet often geotag the United States, claim to be living in the United States, and have their social blade country set to the United States. The overall production and build quality on these channels is arguably far more impressive than the OG Primitive Technology, to the point where you have to ask yourself, are they really creating these structures out of mud and sticks? Well, when you do a little bit of research, the answer to this question is most certainly no. The best evidence for this is found when looking at a 5 million subscriber channel called Primitive Technology Idea, whose failure to cover up the ways in which they fake their videos make them almost comical to watch. Take for example this episode titled "Building Underground Water Maze Crocodile to the Secret Underground House and Swimming Pool," in which the first shot shows two men digging on the surface, then in the next frame they're in an 8-foot deep trench. Now, if they're digging this deep with sticks, how are they avoiding large rocks and potential tree roots from, you know, the massive line of trees seen just behind them? Are they being assisted by large machinery? Well, we'll get to that in a little bit, but first let's focus on the idea that it's only two people doing these impressively large primitive construction projects. If that's what they were attempting to portray, it probably would have been best not to include the clip where a guy in a white t-shirt can be seen working on the project in the background. Yet if it were just these three guys, that still wouldn't be that bad. However, further evidence suggests that they are far more help than this.
Fissures can be dangerous, but there is a way to do it. Sometimes you get these lava bridges that cross them over, sort of in the same way you get snow bridges over crevasses, but you've got to be really careful crossing these, just because you don't know what's solid and what's hollow underneath.
Alright, king of my own dreams. I believe! God! It didn't work. F you. F you, Carbuncle. Told me to believe in myself. F you. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, screw you. Oh God.
The first thing you must know, this particular creature is one of the most dangerous animals in the world. Literally. That's why we're walking ever so closely. Prompto, get your dumbass over here. Walking ever so closely. You mustn't startle it. If you do, it'll go into a frenzy. So, we're just gonna, like, politely approach this thing and see if it just wants to... Oh, God! It's pissed.
Wait a sec.
What? Scared, big guy?
You ought to be too. Thing's vicious.
You sure? Looks tame to me.
Yeah. Look out!
Right in the crikey leg. Sorry there, big guy. We had to put you down. You were just too dangerous.
Ring.
Thank you very much for walking,
Hey,
everyone.
Dave just called and said he's safe. Thanks for finding him.
Ken?
Nice work, y'all. By the way, the old girl's looking good as new. Oh, while I got ya, if y'all want to fix her up before you roll out, let me know.
Alright. This is the most dangerous animal in the world. And I'm ready for ya. I'm gonna walk up and do what I was born to do. Shoot at something and then cry. Cry endlessly until my tears resurrects their corpse.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
Pronto!
Okay!
Gladio! Try this!
Well, here we are.
Got in a bit of a tussle. Oh God, get off me! Unhand me, you freaking ruffian! Alright. Got into a bit of a tussle here walking. Back, I say. Back! Oh God, back! I have a gun! Don't know how to use it, but it does something. Oh crap!
Knocked another one out!
That'll make me warp on you. I don't want to. So happy that was done.
Bring on the next one.
After getting off with the phone with my main squeeze, yeah, the hot one. Hell of a mechanic. Yep. We lost our Jeep out in the wild. I have to walk home with these two idiotos. This guy's pretty cool though, but the rest, no. Well, actually, they're both pretty cool. That guy on the left pisses me off quite a bit, but still, everyone serves a purpose. Walking home,
Could use a break.
mind our own business,
Wuss.
trying to get back before night. I'm going to show people a few things of how to survive the wild. First off, do not walk in front of cars. Not a good idea. Could get hit, very messy, blood everywhere. Just horrible. The other thing I'm going to show you is when you're out in the wild and you're eating diarrhea berries, you do gain the power to do this. Any minute now. And essentially just run for long periods of time without stopping. And that's the diarrhea. It's part of the diarrhea. You know you have to get to a toilet at some point, but it just won't stop coming. So you will forever have the urge to crap, but there will be no toilet in sight. You see, he's fine because he looks like he already has a stick up the ass, but still, not me. I really have to get to a toilet.
Let's have some light.
So now that it's nighttime, we're just gonna walk around. Hope we don't encounter any trouble. Just walking. It's another tree. Hopefully that doesn't have diarrhea
Something
berries.
sad about sunsets.
What's with the mush all of a sudden?
Careful what you eat out there in the
Easy
wild.
being you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Got a little flashlight in my belt. Really nifty. Some would say it looks freaking metro as fuck, but whatever. I like it. There's also little guides in the wild. In the wild too. Sorry, I got frightened for a moment. Carry this light around because the dark obviously scares the crap out of me. Like when you have shifting walkers like that, why would they? But they do. Walking back on the road again. With my friends. Trying to walk home because
It's
we need a
rude to
meal.
keep a girl waiting. You better apologize. What is that?
Oh God. No.
A live
happened.
hurricane. That thing's like half bird, half storm, half
yeah.
airship.
You realize that's 3 halves.
Would explain its size.
Awesome in every
Hopefully
sense.
that'd be the end of it. As you can see, strange stuff here happens out in the wild. We call that a flyer. Because I have no other logical name for that. Watch out, you get flyers and 4 walkers and the occasional car. Don't try this at home, kids. Running on the opposite lane of the street is obviously stupidly dangerous. But in this game, it's stupidly fun. Up, I'm tired. See, the diarrhea barriers are clearly taking effect. See, every now and then it just makes you flail wildly. No control over that. See, and just, yes, that's the diarrhea barriers kicking in. Just, you gotta get to a toilet. Gotta get to a toilet.
I need to kick back
That
a
was a
sec.
right crikey adventure. Max sense shit, but you get the gist. Happy to go back to the diner, maybe get a burger, a chicken sandwich or something, extra fries, order off the dollar menu because we're all cheap asses like that. Rent-A-Bird is temporarily unavailable. That sucks. We're gonna keep going, just going for a casual stroll. See what's going on in the diner.
Could use a bite to eat.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
this is where I do all my business. It's where I handle my duty as well.
Come with us, Noct.
So let's see, there's a toilet in here. Obviously there is a nice picture, but there is no toilet in here. Now I'm gonna have to use maybe the coffee maker, but that's part of the wild. That is part of the freaking wild. Remember, kids, there are no toilets ever. So I'm gonna walk back now. Hope you enjoy this mini adventure. Stay salty, my friends. Stay salty. Peace.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. Then I spent so many nights thinking how
Isn't she supposed to be on lockdown?
I'm calling Chloe.
No. I mean, no need to get the detective involved. I've got this.
now you're back from my space. I just wanted to find you here with that sad look across your face.
Back up.
Should've changed that stupid lie.
Go back upstairs. You're in danger. Give me the microphone. Give me the microphone.
Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die?